back and it'll make it clear. It's week 1, 2025. We got the new look on them. You know what I'm saying? It's fresh for everybody right now. D, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. Week one of the NFL. It's always a beautiful thing when football is back, man. You know what I'm saying? It's always a beautiful thing. Every Sunday, it's a beautiful Sunday when you see them boys in blue. Huh? Talk to me. Huh? Let's get it.
Hey, we got them boys in purple out here. They getting ready for the night too. What's going on, MTMO?
What's happening, fellas? What's going on with y'all?
What's good? What's good, man?
Hey, man, everybody feeling good. Week 1 of the season. Your boys, you're trying to get some revenge off top.
Oh yeah, we getting our revenge tonight. Revenge tour starts today. Get back, smoke, all that, anything you want to call it. It starts tonight right here.
Let's do it. Hey,
About
we
to
gonna
show y'all
start
who
off this show, man. We about to start off this show with that game that just ended off, man. The Packers winning 27-13 over the Lions at home. D, start us off.
Terrible, man. Terrible. My duo in the backfield had about 19 carries. Ain't even cap over 100 yards. I think Gibbs had 19 yards for nine carries. Terrible, man. It was just terrible left and right. Packers, you got Michael Parsons getting his first sack over there, so I know they gassed up. All good for Packers, all terrible for the Lions. Week one, I got Dan Campbell, bouncing back though, but the Packers got the best of the Lions for week one.
Dan Campbell might bounce back, but Ben Johnson ain't there to help him bounce back now, man. That offense look different. That
Hmm.
offense look a little different. All I'm saying, they had them 3 possessions the first half. They got what 2 field goals and then the interception off that, and so the offense wasn't clicking to me. Jordan Love, John like got the party started for the Packers because they running game wasn't clicking the first half. They got Josh Jacobs up to speed the second half. It was really only one shot the Lions had to make this a game, and that was that pick that they had in the third quarter, but they end up getting 2 penalties on the same play, negate they pick. So they couldn't get out their own way for real, man. And yeah, Packers is here to win the division, man. I was iffy on him because of Love thumb surgery, but he looked sharp off week 1. That doctor must be all right. Micah Parsons' doctor must be all right too. They talking about all this back shit. He's straight. Packers winning this jump.
Man, I'm gonna let y'all know now. Detroit is gonna struggle all year long. And you
Mm.
can just see it right now. You can just see it. Like even their star, they got talent all around that offense, and there was no way that offense could even start clicking. There's no way you got Sonic and Knuckles and your running game is was obsolete. There's no way that you surround yourself with great talent with uh uh what's my man name? What's the wide receiver they got? Oh man. Almiron St. Brown.
St. Brown, St. Brown,
St.
okay.
Brown. We still got what's the young boy name? James
Jameson
Will.
Williams.
They got
Uh-huh.
talent around them, but y'all hit it on the note, yo. Offensive coordinator Ben Johnson ain't there. They is going to struggle. Y'all got to remember, and my guy, my Eagles guy should know this. When you lose both of your coordinators at the same time, you are going to struggle that year. That year that Philadelphia lost both of their offense and defensive coordinators, they struggled that year, and then they had that bounce back year, which last year when they won the Super Bowl. So Detroit is going to struggle this year.
All right, we running 5 minute drill. So D, I'm gonna let you get the last word, and then we going on.
I see where y'all coming from the Eagles standpoint. I get it. but as a head coach, you supposed to overcome all that. As Dan Campbell, as you putting your mark on that team, you supposed to losing your offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator was gonna end up like this. I feel as though during the offseason, Dan Campbell had supposed to have his boys prepared. Now week one was a little, you know what I'm saying, they had the butterflies, but I believe that they'll bounce back with Dan Campbell being a motivating type of coach. I believe they'll bounce back and be in the playoff race. I ain't gonna, say they gonna run it up, but I feel as though they're gonna be in the playoff race and make the playoffs at that.
Yeah, I can see where you going with it. It ain't complete panic out there. It ain't gonna be under 500 and nothing like that. But he was breaking up a little bit at the end. Looked like somebody might be calling you. Damn, I was just about to get to them Colts. Okay, there you go. There you go.
Yeah,
There you
I'm
go.
here. I'm
Colts,
here, baby.
Colts,
I'm
31 to
here.
8 over the Dolphins.
Hey, hey, what I saying, DJ? We trust, baby. Hey, I'm not playing with y'all out here. Listen, as a fan of your team, I don't care who's at quarterback. I don't care who's at kicker. You better have faith in your team, and that's what I got, man. That's what I got as Stan Steiner as our head coach, giving that offensive minded, you know what I'm saying, trickling that down to our offensive coordinator. And remind you, we got a new offensive coordinator, so are we gonna be struggling too? It didn't look like we were struggling against Miami though, but we here for it. I'm here for all the smoke, baby. I'm here for it. Listen, defense came up. We got the young boy Bynum for our safety. He came in clutch for us with the safety, with the interception, with the giving us energy with the pass deflection, jumping that route. I'm all here for our defense. DeForest Buckner got it for the sack. We gotta stand up right now, man. I know everybody got the question on Daniel Jones, and that's why I was saving last, and we're gonna get to it. I know everybody got the question on Daniel Jones, but that was in New York. He's in Indianapolis now. Remember when Sam Darnold was struggling with a certain team at one point? He went to the next team, which is the Minnesota Vikings, from the Jets to the Minnesota Vikings. And what did he do? Had a productive season. So I'm not saying that Daniel Jones is fucking Pat Mahomes or anything like that, but he damn sure looked like it out there on that week one, didn't he? Didn't he? But I'm not saying he did all of that, but I'm just saying any any quarterback in the NFL, you put them in the right system, they can have a productive season. And I feel as though when Stan Steichen, being the offensive minded that he is, and I've been preaching that for over the last couple of years, and him having Daniel Jones now, and they move. I want to bring this up. I got to keep it real. I got to keep it real. And they move Anthony Richardson to the side. Now, the same play calls I saw this season ain't the same play calls I saw last season. I never saw Michael Pittman do a fucking wheel route. I never saw that last season. So it's a different, I ain't trying to make no, I ain't trying to make no beef about that, but I just want to point in people's ear that Stan Steichen is y'all like coming to his last with the Indianapolis coach, so he giving it all he got. And I feel as though Daniel Jones, he feels as though that's the better fit. And week one, he proved it. My bad. I might have took the whole 5 minutes. My bad. God damn. My bad, y'all. I got excited.
you, you good. It's on you, bro.
Man, I ain't getting all excited for the Indianapolis because I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna be the hater, but I am gonna be the hater. I am not all that excited, and I wouldn't. If I'm an Indianapolis Colts fan, I would not feel safe with Daniel Jones either. Yo. Like you said, Sam. It took Sam Darnold to leave the Jets to finally go find some good home with Minnesota Vikings. But you also got to remember, before he went to the Minnesota, he had to take that tumble down to Carolina as well too. So that's why I'm saying, don't get too hyped about Daniel Jones making his first stop. You know what I mean? It took Sam Darnold 2 stops to get it the way he was at to get that cake. But you feel me? I'm it's the Miami Dolphins. And I'm gonna just say this as nicely as I possibly can. The Miami Dolphins team organization is heading right back to the same direction as when they had Brian Flores. The organization is starting to tremble. You see that star players went out of there. So it's good to see that the Indianapolis coach did go with the right decision by choosing Daniel Jones as their starting quarterback over Anthony Richardson. He looked a little bit more poised. He looked like he understand the playbook a little bit better and everything. But um, I ain't gonna fully sell out on Daniel Jones, and I'm not gonna say that Daniel Jones is going to save the Indianapolis Colts season either, because I really just feel like that division, the Colts is not going to win in my eyes. I feel like they're not going to be able to take that division at all. But I'll let you go ahead and stay hype for your boys. You know what I mean? You supposed to do that. All right, it looks like my guys having some technical difficulties right now. We're gonna keep the show going.
My
But
man,
yeah,
my man, my man. See, this why I'm glad you got your own podcast. You know what I'm saying? You kept that. Hey, tap in my thoughts by opinion podcast. My man, smooth with it. You know what I'm saying? You keep the shit going. All right, so I want to throw my last little 2 cents in on it. Of course, Daniel Jones, I was surprised in the motherfucker. I want to see it for a couple more weeks. We're going through 16 weeks of the season, you know what I'm saying? But the Dolphins, like I said in the preseason, y'all gonna have to do it without me, man. I don't believe in the squad no more. Tyreek Hill was in the offseason or after last regular season saying he wanted to dip tools, like, oh yeah, we still holding on to that. As soon as they did all that, I thought they was gonna send him off. Tyreek, you should have stood on 10 and got up out of Miami. Tua, can't give you no more excuses, man. You're not hurt, you're on the field, and it's looking mid. So that's all I got. Sure, I
yeah,
got.
I was saying that the Dolphins organization is heading right back to how they was when they had Brian Flores down there as the head coach. Like Mike McDaniels, it's not the answer. You see that star players won out. You see Jalen Ramsey got out. Tyreek Hill won out. They ain't fully sold on tour. So I just really think that the Dolphins is about to be heading back to another rebuild situation.
Okay. We're gonna see how that play out for the Dolphins. We're gonna get on to this next game. The Eagles. The Eagles beat the Cowboys week one, 24-20. Let's go, Eagles. Right back to it on their ass, you know what I'm saying? Champs. We ain't even come out for the little ceremony. Because we focused on this next season, man. That's even more reason why we going back to back. But we can't go back to back if Jalen Carter don't keep his hands and his goddamn spit to himself. Fuck is you doing, Jalen Carter? You ain't no little ass kid. This ain't little league. You ain't no little juvenile, little young nigga running around. You still a YN, but come on now, you gotta grow up, Mo. We looking at you as the centerpiece of the D. And when I seen that spit, all I was thinking about was, damn, Micah just got paid. All the pass rushers just got paid. You about to be next. This the type of shit they gonna bring to you. You know what I'm saying? In your contract negotiations, try to take your money down a little bit. But the other Jalen, you know what I'm saying, the leader, no matter what go down, he always, you know what I'm saying, make that shit right. Saquon wasn't on. He did just enough. He did what he had to do to win. That's what the fuck he do. Cam Newton, I'm not going back and forth with you this year. You're wrong. He damn sure a top 10. He top 5. And he gonna get AJ the ball this week too. AJ, if you've been following us, this shit be happening, man. We not worried about this, man. He'll come back, get him a couple touchdowns next week versus the Chiefs, and he'll be all right.
Um, y'all supposed to beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys is another team that's in the debacle. I don't fully trust them. I don't even think Cowboys fans could even trust their own team, especially after the way trading away Michael Parsons. But this is what Jerry Jones does. Jerry Jones, he sold his soul to get that '90 Super Bowl, and then now you can just see the Grim Reaper just waiting to collect. So as long as the Cowboys have Jerry Jones on handling business and handling their decisions, they're gonna always be a drama-filled team. They got good talent there. You see, Dak Prescott really showed us that when he's healthy and he's protected, he can be that guy that can lead the Cowboys down the field. CeeDee Lamb, boy, you need to grow some hands, my guy, because you really gave that game to the Eagles. Like
Butterfinger.
you gave
Butterfinger.
you you gave that game to the Eagles, man. Far as Philadelphia, I think y'all gonna have a little bit of a roller coaster too, but I feel like with Nick Sirianni being y'all head coach, I think y'all can pretty much kind of weather the storm that y'all gonna really see. And the only storm that I really see is that y'all defense is just young. Y'all, I think y'all defensive average age is like around 20, 28, 29, somewhere around that age frame. And I just feel like that might be a roller coaster for y'all because y'all gonna be seeing. I've seen that y'all also had some penalties that Philadelphia most definitely got to clean up on that defensive side. And Jalen Carter, God, you is the star of the defense now. You are him. You is him on that side, yo. You can no longer take these little stupid plays, yo. I understand you want to feel like somebody went against you or spit at you or whatever the situation is. You got to be the bigger person and dominate that offensive line where we thought that's what you was going to do anyway against that Cowboys front line. So he most definitely got to mature for y'all because he is most definitely, I feel like he is what TJ Watt is to the Steelers. Y'all defense will go as far as what Jalen Carter is going to produce for y'all. So I think that Philadelphia is going to be all right. They just going to have a little bit of a rocky season, a little bit.
What you think, D? Close it out.
Just go more into detail with all the points that y'all brung up. First, Jalen Carter. He said it himself would never happen again. We're gonna wash our hands with that one and move on. All right. So y'all already brung up all the points. I don't gotta bring up any more. But what I do want to bring up, I saw on that other side, because we had to look at it, Kenny Clark. Kenny Clark was pushing this man damn near 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. So that was nice, that was nice for the Cowboys to look at, stopping the run. I saw him, causing a little havoc up the middle. But the loss was Michael Parsons not on the outside. It was 2 plays in a row. I saw the defensive end hit a spin move back to back. Ain't make no contact to the quarterback, running back, or nothing. Just hit 2 spin moves, and the motherfucking left tackle just put his ass on the ground on the second one, I believe. So that's something to look at. Trayvon Diggs, blind. They held it down on that backside. So I gotta give them props up to that. Trayvon Diggs
Facts.
coming back
Facts.
with that injury. We was questioning that. So blind, we was questioning him also. So they stepped up and did their job. But yeah, they got some work to do on that defensive side. Also, them linebackers was looking sketchy. Eagles, Adoree Jackson, Cook. He was getting baked out that joint. Hey,
Trash. Get him off the field, coach.
Mo Bennett came in the joint. I'm watching the game with Philly, with the Eagles fan. Bennett came in the game, got a pass interference the first game. The Eagles fan was so geeked out. He was like, "Hey, Mo, that's what we want right there. Just keep Jackson off the field. That's what we want." I said, "Nah, that's wild right there. You want the pass interference, but hey, I get it. I get it. Jackson wasn't the guy. I don't think he is the guy. I don't know. CD was too much for him. But yeah, CD on that. Jalen Hurts was doing the right play every single time. So I was going back and forth with the people not getting open downfield, where your route running at. But, he took what the defense gave him. I respect it. Saquon, even though he ain't have his yards, but he was still towing that joint heavy. Like, even when he was getting like 7, 6 shots, he still like getting past 3 people, the 9 3 people, and it was crazy. So it was a tough game. I ain't gonna lie. It was. I love the game for real, for real. Couple of penalties on the Dallas Cowboys side that could have been. I want to ask y'all real quick. That George Pickens down the field bomb with the y'all think that was a pass interference?
The one down the left sideline.
I believe it was on the right.
The one that they was what he got tugged on his shoulder pads or something like that.
Yeah.
Nah, that one. They was just fighting it out for real.
You see, that's that bullshit.
See, week 1 is different from week 1 refereeing is different than week 4. Week 1, we was going to see a lot of hand fighting, a lot of probably missed calls. I believe if that same type of call was to happen in week 4, the flag would have came out. I really think that the refs. I think that was a flag. Um, Especially once you start grabbing inside the shoulder pad. Once you start grabbing inside of here, I feel like that's a
That's
flag now. You know what I mean? And I think that's what Pickens kind of got a little bit of was the inside grabbing of the shoulder pads inside the jersey. I believe that's a flag in my eyes, and I believe once about week 4, week 6 around that area, we're gonna start seeing a lot of those flags.
and that's the last thing I want to bring up is George Pickens. CD Lamb had about what? I know he had a hell of targets. He had 15, 13 targets out there. I know George Pickens, was under double digits, but at the end of that stretch, do you believe that George Pickens should have got one of them shots that CD Lamb got?
Most
I feel as though
definitely,
he should have.
most
You know what I'm
definitely.
saying?
He's a
I could
freakish
see it.
athlete.
I could see it. I feel like the thing was he had Quayon on him a lot. CD wasn't really getting followed like that. They was moving him around a lot more. And CD was cooking. And CD was open. So I get what you're saying. He got to get Pickens the ball more, but I don't fault Dak for throwing both them jumps to CD.
Mhm.
No, CD is still the number 1 option, regardless, when it comes to passing. But I most definitely can see Pickens should be able to get a couple of those shots. We've seen what he did in Pittsburgh when you need desperate plays. Sometimes he was able to come up with some of those plays.
Facts,
Mhm.
facts. Yeah, I know I ain't gonna argue with a little overtime on the Eagles, so we're gonna let that one go. We gonna get to the next joke though. Next 5 minute drill. Commanders beat the Giants, stay in the division, 21-6. The fans was coming in hype. You know what I'm saying? They was feeling it. They was feeling a little cocky as they should. They was feeling good about their quarterback, their defense, all that shit. But matter of fact, I seen Joe in the stadium. When he dipped off, he was a little mad. Shit was 14-6, you know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, we leaving all these opportunities out on the field and all this shit, all these points and shit. But they should have been blowing them peoples out. Cause Russ, he's stealing money again, y'all. This the 4th team in 4 years, and the further he get away from the Legion of Boom, the more he need to get a Travis Kelsey retirement plan and go ahead with Sierra, man. Go ahead, cause you ain't playing quarterback no more. That's it. That's all I got.
um, for the Commanders, they're gonna be a tough team again. I think that's gonna be the team that the Eagles gonna have to look in the mirror and probably gonna have to hopefully beat the Commanders twice this season. They can't really split because I feel like the Commanders are going to be on their heels a little bit. Um, the Giants, like you said, Russ still the money. At first, I was agreeing with the Giants by going with Russ as their starting quarterback, but I think if this is going to be how it's going to play out by week 4, Jackson Dart, it's time. I had put a post up. I had did a little short, a little video short saying that the future is bright for Jackson Dart for the Giants, and I think that his time is going. He's going to get called up soon, um, because a lot of people were saying that he was playing against third strings and stuff like that. But if he was being decent against third strings, that lets me know that he understands the coverages. He understands what's going on in front of him. It's just gonna he probably not gonna be as dominant when he first get out there against the first strings and stuff like that. But I believe once you get more repetitions and more and he's able to produce a little bit more time and time, I think Jackson Dart is most definitely gonna be the answer. Russell Wilson, we seen that how he stole money from the Steelers. The Steelers was a okay team in the beginning of the season, and it was just like week by week, they just kept on seeing the decline, and they was even talking about even starting Justin Fields over him. So I think that New York and the head coach for the Giants, he's on his last limb. He ain't gonna sit there and let Russell Wilson take him out of his job. If his job is calling for it, Jackson Dart will be a starter by week 6.
Yeah, I definitely see that. I never had any chance for Russell Wilson anyway, man. After he did what he did to my man Justin Fields, to the when he was at the Pittsburgh Steelers. But Commanders got through a tough one today. With Russell Wilson with their side. Ain't too much to yell about right here. They figured out a way to move down the field a couple of times. Jaden Daniels handled business through the air and the run. Just a nice, solid 1990s type of NFL game right here, for real, man. It wasn't too much to brag about. Ain't nobody make no highlights. Scary Terry trying to get back in the groove with 2 receptions, 27 yards. So Debo Samuels, you know what I'm saying? He did a nice little job, 7 receptions, 77 yards, but nice little cool game. Commanders won and no, they did, did okay, man. They did half of what we did,
They won the game they supposed to win. That's pretty much that's just pretty much it.
They won an NFL game, man. I'm trolling like shit. My bad, man. You on
Uh,
mute, my Rob.
I will go ahead and say it for you. Yo. They won the game they were supposed to win, yo.
Yeah, like
like Rob said, it was no highlights, no glory, no nothing that's gonna be on ESPN tonight. It's just gonna be Jaden Daniels and the Commanders go 1-0 against the Giants. Next clip. that's that's all
yeah.
it's gonna be.
And the crazy part about it, the only clip that I saw from this game, other than watching the game, was Scatterboo when he broke like three, them 2 tackles, and then got
Yeah,
tackled for like 5 yards. I'm like, it wasn't even none for real, but that's what they had. That's what they
that's
had in
how
this game.
that's how you know that there was nothing going on in that game for you to go ahead and break 3 tackles and only get 5 yards. That's a highlight right there. That lets you
That's
know.
a highlight. He broke 2 tackles. I'm thinking I'm about to see Jaden Daniels, fling one. Nah,
Nah,
nah, nah. I mean, Zach Ertz, he got one to Zach Ertz. I ain't no putting no disrespect on them. They did their thing out there, but it wasn't no flash to it, but they got the
it's,
win.
it's gonna take a little minute. You
Nah,
gotta get
facts.
Scary Terry back into football shape. You gotta see how you're gonna fit Debo in once Scary Terry is back in shape. The running back, how this running back room is gonna be since you let what's his shorty name, Brian Robinson go. So
Yeah.
they won the game they supposed to won, but it's gonna take a Commanders to be throwing some highlights better than what they did today.
All facts right there. All facts. We're gonna move on to this last game. We're gonna talk about the Rams beat the Texans 14-9. This was another one that ain't had too many highlights in it neither. For real, the boy CJ Stroud was under pressure damn near all night. That Rams front line, they had a lot of penalties too. That's what it was. The Texans had 9 points. The whole game had 9 penalties the first half. Over 100 yards. So they were shooting themselves in the foot for real, for real. CJ, like I said, CJ couldn't do too much. Puka was out there cooking though, especially towards the end, putting the game away. Went over 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? Him and Devontae looked just like smooth over there. And all the Rams had to do was cash in on that opening drive of that second half. And yeah, it was over for real, for real. It was over. That boy Derrick Henry out there. That boy
There
Derrick
you
Henry
go.
out there. He ready. He ready.
Here we go.
He ready to go
Getting
80 on
ready.
them boys again. Oh shit, he already know that's the next topic, y'all. We just gonna clean this up and we gone. What y'all think about it?
Yeah, man, just like the last game, man. Nice little NFL win for the LA Rams. Matthew Stafford getting out there, looking nice. I ain't gonna hold you. Coming off that injury, looking decent. So I give him that. Give him the Puka, Devontae Adams, Karen Williams. I don't know how to say my man name, but Williams out there getting that touchdown for me in my fantasy league. Yes, sir. I appreciate that. You know, and the Texans just looking. I feel as though DeMarco Ryan's gonna get them right. They were just looking horrible this first week. Yeah, he's still a young coach, so we gotta understand that. Even though he got a season on, what, 2 seasons, 1 season on his belt, but still a young coach. So I believe he'll have him right for week 2.
All right, bruh. It's on you. You could talk about this game or you could get straight to the Ravens. It's on you.
Far as what I seen out of the Texans, that offensive line got to get they got to do way better. And I don't think once again that the Texans put enough playmakers around C.J. Stroud. I think that that's what the Texans most definitely going to be struggling in throughout this season is they didn't put enough weapons around them, and I think that if the Texans not going to put weapons around them, they're going to have to stack up that defense. That defense most definitely should be out here handling the Rams. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that the Rams is trash, but we talking about Matthew Stafford, a quarterback that was half in, half out. A guy that his wife is getting more headlines than him. Exactly. And the Rams came out here and put up some points. So that kind of surprised me a little bit. I didn't really see that the Rams was going to be a threat to the Texans because I actually took the Texans this game. But I guess like I said, it's week 1 of the football, week 1 of the NFL. So hopefully the Texans can go ahead and turn that around.
Yes, sir. Week 1 of the NFL season. It's only 4 teams that ain't played yet. And we about to get to 2 of 'em. The Ravens in Buffalo versus the Bills. All right. It's on you, MTMO. What you think about this game?
Oh, this is grade B. An early playoff matchup right here, right now. I'm calling it. We're gonna be seeing the Bills twice this year. I really feel like that this is our get back game. This is going to be the game that I feel like we're going to see who should have been last year MVP for real, for real. Don't get me wrong. I like Josh Allen. Josh Allen is a decent
It's too
quarterback.
late for that.
But now my guy going to take that as a slap in the face and he's going to come out here and do his thing, yo. We already know that when it's come to primetime games, Lamar and the Ravens are one of the best teams that's on primetime TV. When it comes to us playing on Sunday night games, the Ravens are one of the best teams to win on Sunday night games. When it comes to us getting our lick back, the Ravens are the number 1 team of getting that lick back. And I think that this was going to happen today. And honestly, we got the team to do it. We still got a little bit of the same players from last year, and we got a little bit more of the additions. I understand my guy Isaiah Likely is not playing this game due to a foot injury he's still healing from, but
I
that's one
mean,
of the
Mark
reasons why.
Andrews got to catch the ball.
See, but here's the thing: we still not putting a lot of pressure back on Mark Andrews because we still got D Hop. D Hop is going to be a guy. I'm not saying that he's going to go back to being a D Hop of the Texans or the D Hop of the Cardinals, but he is going to be a guy that can get more possessions and keep the downs, keep the chains moving. And that's what I'm looking for out of D Hop is when the offense kind of gets stale a little bit. You just need that 5 to 7 yards, and Mark Andrews is double. Bateman and Zay can't get open. D Hop will. And then the duo between Lamar and Derrick Henry. We already seen what that duo is. We already know that we're going to be a run first team. If you can't stop the run, I feel sorry for you. And I don't think that the Bills did anything to surefy that they can stop the run. So it's going to be another repeat of what happened in week 4 last year. Or was it week 4 or week 6? Think about week
Okay.
6.
Okay. Okay.
It's going to be another repeat of that. And it's going to be the repeat of us, how we played in the second half in that divisional game.
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet, man. I feel as though basically the same way you pointed it out. I feel as though in that playoffs, the Ravens got away from the run. They're gonna come in this season, week 1, and focus on that run, number one. And then here and there, they're gonna get DeAndre involved, get Mark involved, take that shot to Bateman. But it's always gonna be focused on that run because I feel as though that's what really killed John that playoffs last year. And Harbaugh, knowing that, I feel as though he's gonna take that personal, come in with the run, be serious, and be that run first type of team and show that that dominancy. So yeah, I got the Ravens, man, winning this game against the Bills. High score game though. Josh Allen ain't none to slouch on, but Lamar Jackson definitely gonna get it done, man. Ain't no drop passes this time for Mark Andrews.
I hope not. I hope not. I got the Ravens too, though. I can't lie. I feel like we all rooting for Lamar. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to Lamar versus Josh Allen, we want Lamar to get that. We want Lamar to win. But his defense got to come to play too, though. I know the Ravens gonna run it, but the Bills are gonna run that motherfucker too. James Cook ain't no joke. Josh Allen, we already know how he running that jump. They gonna have to spy on him off them third downs. You throw the spy in. We already know it's easier for the receivers to work one on one. But they just gotta show it to me again. They gotta show it to that they gonna be able to do it with this amount of talent on they at that wide receiver position. Keon Coleman gotta show me something this year. He's a first round pick, I think. He gonna have to step up. Kincaid, you gotta give it over them drops. Just like Mark Andrews gotta get over them jumps, man. So I feel like they're gonna fight back, but at the end of the day, too much Lamar, man. Too much Lamar.
I was saying like we are in agreement. It sounds like the Revenge Tour is going to start off 1-0 tonight.
Yeah, that if y'all don't, mm, nah, I ain't
I
even
think
gonna
this.
put that
I,
on
I,
Lamar.
I think this going to be a good game. Don't get me wrong, but I just really I don't see the Bills starting off the way they started off last year. You know what I mean? That surprise look, everybody looking like, what the hell? where did this team come from? They ain't do nothing in the offseason. They lost Stephon Diggs. How is they still this team? And I don't think we're gonna get that the second year. Um, I think them losing a couple key pieces like the Stephon Diggs, like LeBron Miller. You know what I mean? The team is a little bit younger than what it was, a year ago. So I feel like the Bills are still going to win that division. I still feel like the Bills are still going to be a playoff team, but I just think they're going to fall short on this one.
It's a good way to wrap it up, man. That's the pregame speech. You know what I'm saying? Pregame hype jump for the Ravens. Appreciate y'all coming through. Go. Peace.
All right.